series get set to match up between the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Mike, 27. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Kill.
We're good. Mike 4, ready.
Check it back.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, easy.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. He don't know no better.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, wahoo!
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give them 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Saints, 37.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You draw corporate. Spike.
Now it's Barkley. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his second. Able to strike first here in this opening quarter by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. And he rifles one incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Easy, opposite.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He's to the 10 and all the way down to the 5. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here's Gallman. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
36.
Breeze leads this one with Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they're to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Yellow lady. Kill.
Watch the slant.
5-1. Under.
6 guys.
5.
Breeze now on 1st down. Flushed. Now Breeze lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
95-56, 95-56.
Screen, watch the screen.
21, 21.
Watch the screen. Hey, no, look at that. Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh?
Hey, Mike 7.
Hey, Mike 50.
Tonight.
Throwing on second down. Breeze. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. He can run for it, and he will. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Strike 3. 2
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Hey, easy.
47. Check, check.
Hey, kill.
On second and very short. Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Barkley.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A 1st down run from Barkley, pretty well defended. Give him 3 yards on the play. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Protein spill. Go.
On second down, Barkley. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go. 30 base. Hey, foxtrot.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of 6. First down, New York.
Ready.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Topper!
On second down now, Barkley. And he'll go down at the 28. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
General West. Hey, Alpha. Hey.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at about the 31. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Hey, Roy. That's you.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones, that's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Team six.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
61, matchbox light. Check three. Hey, Sam off.
Throwing Jones. Looking for Shepard deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet get it.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 23. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, Barkley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
64,
Penny. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll go to Barkley again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Let's go. 10-2 saw. Protein spill. Hey, dude. Check. Fresno. He's checking.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And Rosas puts this one through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
47 seconds.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Giants.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Out more.
Get the ball. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
On first down, Barkley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Again, it's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Get it.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Ready. Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. The throw taken in by Cole. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 50. Check 50. Check. Watch the shot.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
47. I got one. Mike's 47. Hey, kill. Hey, exit.
You better.
53.
I'm letting you know right now.
Ready, catch.
Now this time Breeze will throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
A gain of 14. And the Giants.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 48 yards on the ground. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the kick by Rosas is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd and short.
3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
That's it. 47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47. Ready? Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Here we go. Squeeze. Jam. Let it go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for Tavon Austin. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
You better be afraid of me. Check 26. Check 26.
One final try here for Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah.